Hiring new staff. How do you know when to do this? It can be a bit of a challenging equation to figure out the exact right time to hire. I wish we could hire exactly when we needed them, right? You need one to start in 2 weeks and you just find the perfect staff member and you hire them. Wouldn't that be great that they can actually start in 2 weeks exactly when you need them? But that's not how it tends to work. You want them and you can't find them. So you have to be so skilled in knowing how. How what? How to fill them. If you are so good at driving in floods of new business, you don't have to worry about hiring someone that you can't fill because you know how. I talk a lot about learning how. I take that how word and put it in 3 capital letters, H-O-W, how, because I'm super passionate about that. If you know how, it takes away the fear that you might have of being that CEO. Often CEOs are fearful because they don't know how, and they're afraid I won't be able to afford it. Well, get rid of that fear because you'll know how, then you'll be able to afford it. There won't be any fear there, and you'll know how. Those 2 things together, how removes fear. So let's teach you how. So I'm not going to pretend that in a few minutes of talking with you in this video that I'm going to teach you how, but I'm going to give you enough tips and tricks that you're going to be able to go after it. And if you want to learn more, you too can go after that because you want to be that CEO of your company that knows how and does not have fear. So let's get started. There are just 3 things that I'm going to tell you that's really going to handle your hiring. The first thing is you have to know how to drive in floods of new business, as I said previously. If you know how to drive in floods of new business, you won't be fearful of anyone that you hire. So learn how. It's about building relationships in your community. And I learned how to do that in the Referral Development Program. It's one of my favorite programs offered by Survival Strategies, Inc. And I encourage you to look into this program to see if it might be the way for you to learn how to drive in floods of new business. It taught me who to network with and how to network. And I have a psychology degree as well as a physical therapy degree. I thought I knew how to build relationships, but I didn't, and now I do. And it's all about giving help, and that's all we want to do. If we build relationships from our heart, out of just wanting to give help, then they're lasting relationships. You would want to go to or refer to a friend, right? And that's what you're creating, friendships, relationships in your community. And those doctors, those referral sources want to refer to someone that they actually have a relationship with, that they know will partner with them in giving the right kind of help for their patients. So learn how to do that with the Referral Development Program. And then you want to make a list. Who are all those different referral sources that you're going to go after that can refer to you? And you make that list and you make sure you constantly refer to that list and add to that list so that you know who to build the right relationships in the community with and that you can partner in helping your community get better. That's number 1. Number 2, you want to develop a bit of a wait list. So you're driving in floods of new business. You want to develop a bit of a wait list. When you have a bit of a wait list, you feel comfortable that whoever you hire is going to have a baseline number of patients. If you can figure out how many patients does a new hire have to see for you to break even, it's not that many patients, actually. It's different for everybody based on their reimbursement rates. Take your average reimbursement, take the salary that you'll pay an average employee, just pick an average, and then how many patients do they need to see to drive in that dollar? And as long as you have them seeing that baseline number of patients and you're breaking even, you don't have to get stressed that they're actually full. But then you'll have the know-how to actually fill them and you'll go after it. So develop a bit of a wait list and know how many patients your new hire has to see in order for you just to break even so that you're not losing money on that new hire. And you won't be afraid to bring that person on, I promise you. The third and the last thing that you need to know how to do is you need to know how to hire, right? You need to go after finding those right people in your state. It might be networking with universities. It might be putting an ad out on Indeed or networking out in LinkedIn. It might be ensuring that you have plenty of student interns coming into your office so that you can hire them. I love to hire our interns. They're the best hires as we've already trained them. And we've done long-term interviews, both by the intern and the company, right? We've had this opportunity to spend time together for a bit of a, 8, 10, 12 weeks, whatever the internships are in your community. And you really get to know each other and if it's a good fit. So go after those new hires. And I would recommend each time a new hire is half full that you begin to recruit and hire again. Just because they're half full, you won't find that next new hire right away. It's going to take a bit of time. They're often going to have to give some notice, maybe a month's notice at their current employer. And then you probably won't bring them on until a couple of months after you started looking for them. And then you should have the person you currently, the last hire, filled. You should learn, how long does it take to actually fill a new hire? And for me, it's about 3 to 4 months total. And if you can get that person filled, maybe for you it's 30 days, then you know what your cycle is in order, when should I hire that next person? So you have to know your company. You have to know what your break-even point is for your hire. You have to know how to drive in floods of new business. You've got to know where you break even, what your wait list looks like, and how you're going to go about hiring. I cheer you on. I know that you can learn how. I suggest the Referral Development Program in learning how to drive in floods of new patients. There's also the Hiring and Retention Program that can help you learn how to hire and retain patients. Survival Strategies has our back. They have developed programs that allow us to be the best owner that we can be. They customize these programs and serve it up to you so that you can spend time doing what you do best, giving help to the community. So take the time, reach out and learn how, and then give that help to your community that is your passion and your love. Cheering you on. I know you've got this. I hope this video was helpful.